Well, joy of joy, New Holland. You went and did it again. Great job. Bang up job. I got one load out. And now I have this to deal with. At least half a dozen cleats with big bends in them. Why? Because in their all wisdom, the bolts that hold the walking axle into the tube, instead of putting the bolt in, putting the nut on and cutting off the extra, they left it, long bolt, hanging down where the chain goes by. So at the end of last year, I serviced this. I tensioned up the chains, took all the slack out of the chains because there was some chain jumping going on. Yeah, I got one load out. And you can see a bunch more bent cleats in there. So yeah, I'm either gonna have to drag all this chain out and redo all of these. I may be able to just cut the rivets off and redo it that way, but well done, New Holland. Bang up job. So yeah, I just picked up the back of the poop spreader with the tractor and cut off the ends of the bolts to stop it doing that. Now that the damage is done, at least it didn't do the other side at the same time. So yeah, I doubt I can be able to bend those back in as is right now. But oh my gosh. If I could find a New Holland engineer right now, I would do bad things. I'd do very, very bad things. Yeah, take a look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Talk about an absolute bonehead move. Oh, I'm so freaking mad. Oh, one load. I got one load done. And there's a day's work ready for me. Oh, if I could swear on my channel, I would. Oh, I'm so pissed. Like I said, I don't know how many more of these cleats are in as bad shape. Honest to gosh, I might just end up pulling the chain out. It might be quicker just to pull the dang chain out and take it down to the shop and welly on it with a hammer. That might be what I'll just do. Gosh darn it. How happy does this guy look? Flies. Because it's one of the last warm days and we've had a pile of rain today. We've got over half an inch of rain. The flies are absolutely mental. And that's not doing Piper Doug much good, because Piper Doug is kind of mental today. So there you go. 4 there. 4 there. So New Holland, do better. That's as polite as I can put that. The rest of them seem good. And of course, the 4 that are to fix are not ones that I have had off before. Because I've had to fix. Like there's a few of them where I've had to fix them before. Mainly just due to getting a piece of frozen poop or a chunk of rock stuck at the beaters. But this is a whole new level. Like that, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. Like, oh my gosh, like how? Honest to gosh, like I have all the time in the world to be dealing with this. There you go. Bolts, bolts, they're straight. Bent, 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 no bolts. Oh. So, time to take the pounders and take some frustration out on New Holland. I'll bring you back. Yeah. Thumper. Man, I love this hammer. So yeah, that's a full, I don't know what that is, a 5 pound, a 5 pounder? Oh, it's an 8 pounder. I love that hammer. So, thumper and 2 bits of 2x3. And since I last talked to you, it was about 5 minutes. I'm actually not joking. 5 minutes. Now, are they perfect? I think that far away one, I think I have to give it a little bit more tuning, but it's actually, the left-hand side is twisted. The right-hand side is level. I gotta twist the left-hand side up. This is the one that I thought I was gonna have the biggest problem with. So, middle of the screen there, and there. So, these were the ones that were the worst. So, I think I got a little tweak on there where the ripple is. Which one was the bad one? You guys might remember. I think this one was the bad one because you can see it's actually bent backwards a little bit in the middle, not just up and down. Yeah. The one at the back there, I think I took it too far, so I might need to flip it back over, and because you got to be straight for them to be strong. So, but I'm not going to kid you. Like I said, that was 5 minutes. But I'm not going to kid you, that's not the hard part. Taking it out was pretty hard. Putting it back in is not a good day. Because you have to slide this, you have to feed it up into a chain guide up underneath. That's how it gets in trouble. Now I have cut the bolts off. I think I said that in the previous clip. But I've got to basically pick the whole muck spreader up, put it up on something strong. I'm not that dumb. Put it up on something quite substantially strong so I can go underneath and then feed, which is about, probably about 1/4 of a ton of chain back into the poop spreader. There is no easy way of doing it. It's just it. It's either that or you take the whole machine apart and put it in. So, we'll see you back down at the scene of the crime. Like I said, I'm just going to do some fine tuning on that back one and a couple other little ones that just need a little tweak. But apart from that, we're good. I just got to remember to throw a couple of split pins from my one of my boxes because I cut the old ones out. Well, I actually didn't cut them, but they're pretty minged up, so I don't put some old ones back in. But I remember doing this last time when we had a couple of these where, like I showed you, there was bolts here. I put some joiners in right where they were because I cut them out. And I'd said, well, what does it cost us to replace the chain? Oh, what the heck did they say? About $2.5 grand per chain. It was something absolutely incredible. I'm like, what? For this? Anyway, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of fine tuning here. Yeah. So I am probably going to do a little blurb on this, and this probably will have a lot to do with what the title of the video will be, because I want New Holland and anybody that owns a 195 New Holland poop spreader to know this. If you're tensioning up the chains, check underneath to see how long the bolts are on your walking axle mounting tubes. Because like I said, I cut about 3/4 of an inch off the end of the bolt that was exposed outside of the locking nut. Like, talk about dumb. Like sticking down where this chain goes by. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that we've had this spreader for better part of 10 years, yeah, Mazers would be getting a call, but that ship has sailed. Anyway, bring you back when I get to the fun part. I figured this was just easier because it is so minging outside. There's nowhere to lay out there unless I put down a whole bunch of plywood and whatnot, and then, okay, well, I do have a somewhat clean piece of concrete somewhere on the farm. So, I suppose we could have done it outside, out there on the brand new feed rail concrete, but like I said, outside the flies are insane. And it's going to get dark quick, so at least in here, if this takes longer. Like I said, this is the hard part. I'm trying to remember, because I've had these chains out before. Now, the last time I did repairs, I didn't take the chains out. I just took the slats out because there only was a couple. But because there was a third of them, I think it's a third, were jiggered. It was just easier to bring the whole thing down here and whaley on it. So, as far as I remember, you lay it in and then you pull it round the idler teeth at the front and you bring it round to the back. And then that way you do as little jumping over the rear teeth, because the rear teeth are driven, so you can't just turn them. So, it's either that or... Now, I don't remember doing this last time, joining the chain underneath. I think that might be difficult, but we'll see where we get to down there, because there is more room underneath at the back to join the links up. Because inside, you're up against the wall here, trying to put the joining links in. And the links go on from the outside in on both sides. So it's not like you can pick and choose. So, I think what I'll do is I will attach some ratchet straps to the end of the chains and feed them back through. I'll bring you back after supper to show you why it's complicated, because underneath there's a bunch of guides, rails, and then some kind of chintzy looking things, but you'll see when I bring you back. So I'm gonna go for supper, commiserate with, oh, bent the shield. That's where I was picking up the back end with the loader. I must have caught that. Jeepers, I just fixed this other shield today. Because this one I must have backed into the poop pile or something at the end of last year when it was dark, because it gets dark real quick. So yeah, I had minged this up, so I straightened that out. Another one. Oh, that's Baby Hammer. That's not Thumper. Get mud on him. Anyway, I'm gonna go for food, and then I'll be back. Oh yeah, got to. Oh yeah, this is a Kawasaki engine for a John Deere garden tractor. Hey BCP, this is what your garden tractor looks like when it's been to Vietnam and blown up. Because this one blew up. It actually did blow up. Where'd it go? The piston is around here somewhere. It literally detonated. It's in my filing system. You can probably see it here somewhere, because I got the new piston in the cylinder, but I was having trouble with it not clocking properly. Anyway, I don't know, maybe I threw it out all right. No, there it is. So, this is what happens. Yep. Kawasaki for you. She detonated. Okay, supper time. Oh, hello and welcome back to Helga's House of Pain. And yes, it's raining again. Yeah. Anyway, so as you will see, there is a chain. As you will see, there is a ratchet strap. And yes, I decided to go with the up and under connection. Still to see how I'm going to do that one, because I didn't anticipate being right up against the wall on that one. But what I can do is I can put, as you can see, it has the notch on both sides. So you can put the pin in from inside or outside, but they tell you to put it on from the outside, that way that especially against the wall, you're not riding we call them split pins. You're not riding the split pin along the wall where debris can end up like pinching the ends off or whatever and causing an issue. So what I can do is I can put it together down here, but put the pin going outwards here, and then I can just run it, and it's got to go this way. I can run the chain, and then when it gets halfway along the floor, that gives me the space to push the chain away from the wall and then turn the link around. So I'm gonna see if I can show you guys this from here, because I'm not crawling back under there. There. Middle of the screen. There's the bolt. Middle of the screen, there's the bolt. So that's the offending bolt that has caused half of Piper Doug's day to go into the toilet. So I remember at the end of last year, I serviced this up after I washed it, greased it, and I adjusted the chains, and I put chains up until there wasn't a lot of slack under here because we'd had jumping. I think I talked about that in the previous clip. So it doesn't say anything about the tension, because if you'll see down there, you have side rails that hold the chain up, and then in the middle you just have these stupid little guides. So trying to get it to stop binding on these guides and bending them, which was what happened before, I thought, well, let's make the chains tighter, more tight. Well, apparently that's not what you do, especially when they leave long bolts hanging down by the axles, that your chain then has to go zip-de-doo-dah over and catch and then bend 8 of the slats. That's a lot of rain. My gosh. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna put this together and then I'll probably run it back up onto the floor, switch the pin around. I was hoping to go back spreading tonight, but this does not look promising. Well, I'm going to be doing laundry and a shower because I am quite dirty. But I do want to get this rolled out of the workshop, that way I can get the door closed. Because that way I'm not getting water blowing in underneath, and also not getting raccoons and things moving in for the winter. Because that's also a problem right now. Critters are trying to move in. Because today is warm, tomorrow is supposed to be cooler, and that's supposed to be a trend, and they'll all get that memo. So, Helga has a pen, shall we put this back together now? Oh, so what are we doing now? Well, this is a little foobar. Piper Doug didn't realize there was a little bit of silage left in this machine. Okay, so I need the... which way? This way. Okay, that's the door open. So yeah, there's some silage left in this machine. It was pretty well nasty. So I'm just hoping that, yeah, just hoping there's not too much in the way of corrosion and nasty, and it doesn't sound like it's too bad. Anyway, so I got to get as much of the silage out, and then there's a plug in the bottom to let the water out, and hopefully you just let it give it a wash later when we're setting up to wash the poop spreader, and then yeah, should be good. I think that's all right. So yeah, Cadillac. I think this is a 360. So get this done and then bring the tractor down and get back to spreading. Oh, I love my Alcatraz fencing. If I haven't said it enough, I'm saying it again. The sooner this farm is wrapped in that stuff, the sooner my sanity can almost be like a normal person's sanity. If that's possible, for Piper Doug to have normal person sanity. I love my cows. And my cows love me, for the most part. But once calves get to 6 months old, they become Satan's spawn. They literally dream up ways to stress you out. Literally. I have PTSD from last year. For those who are maybe new to the channel, if you go back to mid to end October, there's an episode of Piper Doug where we, the title's something like cattle rustlers, cattle stealers. Yeah, we had hybrid coyotes that were rounding up our calves that were going through the old fence there onto the hayfield, and they were rounding them up and chasing them into the bush to try and kill them. Got some of our calves onto our neighbor's land, into the neighbor's herd. And then we did an early weaning, and Piper Doug forgot one of the critical rules about weaning, as you put the babies in one pen and the mums in the other pen. You don't leave the mums out in the field, because then they just walk back and forward all night long. And we even had 3 break out onto the road, come back into the yard, and we're kindly laying at the back of the pens. Oddly enough, one of them was Bowie, the family favorite. You know, wild, restless Bowie. So yeah, I think I have PTSD. I was saying that to Mrs. Piper Doug. That's why when the animals get bellowing, Piper Doug gets all... Anyway, so I'm here, gonna pick up all the old tubs, salt blocks and whatnot, seeing what's left over, and bringing them up, and then we'll go and pick up some new tubs from the co-op, and we'll get them set up at their dugout, because as of next week they'll come into the north dam field, and yeah, we will have them set up there for a month, so that'll be nice. So I come down here in the tractor, because there's no way to get down here in the truck, because it is literally, as we say in Scotland, a gutter's mess. So I'm going to round up all these salt blocks and whatever's left in the tubs, and we'll meet you back up there. It's funny when people that don't do cows overhear you at the co-op picking up mineral tubs and salt blocks. Their jaw just hits the floor. Isn't that right, sweetie? Hey Finch, you're on the short list for staying. There's Mama Blackbird. Yeah, so 4 of the 2-to-1 range mineral with garlic. Hey Noopy. Hi April. You want to lay off the bonbons there, sweetie. So the 4 tubs and then 8 salt blocks, which is what I usually pick up on a regular basis. So this is like the fifth trip we've done, and it was almost $900 for the 4 tubs. So these guys here, 85 cows, 80 calves. Well, you're just a pal, wee boy. You know it's a boy? You don't need to look down there. Boys have the tags in their left ear and their data CCA digital tag on the right. See, boy. And who's this girl? Oh, you're internet famous there, Phoenix. Yeah, you are. And then there's Lilith. Hi, Phoenix. Oh, you're such a sweetie. So yeah, she's got the tag in the right ear, girl. And she definitely does not get a data tag, because she will not be leaving. See, another girl. That's our Rocky. Hey, sweet girl. So yeah, these guys get 3 tubs, and they get 2 tubs with 2 salt blocks in each tub. So that's what they get per time. Hey Ty, you coming? You're a wee star, aren't you? There's Bowie. Yeah, Bowie. In the previous clip, Bowie was one of the ones that broke out. Aren't you, Bowie? Didn't go far, but... Oh, sweet stuff. Just an absolute stunner of a calf, considering she was froze to the ground. There's this star there. Hey, star. Hey, darling. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Bowie. Sorry, I wasn't here quick enough. Aye. I knew you're a big lug. It's a girl, but... I don't think she's staying. I know, Bowie, but I don't know. She seems a bit wild. Anyway, hey Ruby. So yeah, we are going to be thinning out some of the cows that are not, like 46 here. She'll go to a separate pen. 129, that's Sammy. She'll go to the saving pen. So 129 will stay with Bowie, Star, these guys. So they will be in the saving pen. IN, as you can see, IN's the big one. She will actually be going to the forever pen. She actually won't be going to the sale barn pen. Casper stays. 65 goes. Hi, Ruby boy. He's another one that got really bad coxie when he was little and we saved him. So, yeah, Joker stays. 72 goes. Amy goes because Amy was a favorite, but she went Fruit Loop. She took a disliking to Mrs. Piper Doug for some reason. So yeah, these guys, I've got a couple more days left just staying in here. Hey Ty. Hey Fawn. They got a couple more days staying in here and then they will hit the North Dam. Hey sweet girl. You are royalty. Yeah, you are. Anyway. Pardon me. Oh, there's Lilith. Better say hello to Lilith. Sparkles. Yeah, you can be moody. Hey, Lily. Hey, sweet girl. Well, hopefully the garlic still works to get these flies off you till the frost comes and kills them buggers. Hey, Sparkles. So Sparkles is one of the Squirt's head queens. Another special. So Sparkles is another one of the specials. So she is one of 5. 4 progeny from Squirts. All 5 of them had boys this year. Hi, wee girl. You're putting on weight, man. Oh man, Queenie, your cows put on weight fast. Yeah, they do. Okay, sweetie, I gotta go. Hey, doctor. Yeah, doctor never used to like people touching her, but she's really come on this year. She will stick around. She's a dump truck of a cow. Oh my gosh. Sorry, JJ. JJ's one of the ones that got a free pass this year. She wasn't carrying, but she's royalty, so she gets to stay. And then there's Phoenix. Anyway, let's get to go back to spreading politics. She's gone. Yep. Yeah, they're not hurting. Leaves are starting to turn color. I'm gonna try and sneak around the corner here. See if we can spot, there's a rare creature. There we have it. There we see the rare creature. The Sidicus Leomachus, hard at work, clearing up storm damage. Better back away before we scare him away. So yeah, that's Liam. He's come out last night after work, and he partook of some of the farm raised steak on the barbecue, and so yeah, he'd asked if we were needing a hand, and I said, well, if you can get that wall cleaned up, that'll help me get in there and get the corrals, start getting the corrals cleaned out. Now I've had some folks saying, geez, you're quick on the ball there, Piper Doug. getting the poop spreading going. Considering we're not done baling second cut hay, we're not done cutting second cut hay, and we're not done baling straw, and we haven't even remotely got close to being done hauling bales. But I'm going to refer you all to the advice we were given by two World War II heroes, veterans that we met when we first moved to Canada, Dick and Charlie. And their advice to us has stuck with me ever since, and especially now that we have cattle. Their advice was, if you get to Halloween and the ground's not white and you're not in a snowsuit, count yourself lucky. So basically, that's my benchmark. That's what I run as. Just assume that by Halloween you're done. You're done fall work, you're done outside ground prep, anything like that. You're done. So that's how I look at this. Right now, we've had, in the last 5 days, about 1.5 inches of rain. We had another 1.5 tenths last night, so this morning, early wee hours. We had 9 tenths yesterday, and we had a whole bunch, and blah 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 blah. So, there we go. Might as well get at this. At least this way I can get the bale yard cleaned up, because I'm going to need most of the bale yard for stacking bales. And then I'm going to start moving down. I've got to clean a couple of loads out of the retirement paddock. I've even got stuff to do here, but I'm not too worried about this one. I want to get in the corrals, because I like to have the corrals done and dried out, so any groundwork we're going to be doing, and we do have a concrete project, so that'll be coming up. So I'm going to keep at this, get this cleaned up, and then we'll move into the yard. Well, jeepers, Piper Dog Select here. So we're getting down to her. So I've just got what I'm scraping off the backside of the silage pit, the crust and all the rest of it. I don't want to take too much off, because I don't want to let it all start oxygenating. So a couple more loads and we'll be done up here. Just kind of doing a little bit of a scrape, because this is where we keep straw bales. Straw bales and literally everything. And for those of you maybe new to the world of Piper Doug's a little dirty secret. Piper Doug has a little thing for motorcycles and all things shiny. So this is some of them. Most of them. I have sold some. There was a local custom bike shop that wanted some old bikes. These are mainly old Japanese. As you can see, some snowmobiles, but they just kind of arrived here. So a little dirty secret. Won't talk about that. I'm gonna finish getting this cleaned up, because this is where I want to start putting those straw bales up here, and then we'll move up to the yard and start making headway. I doubt we're going to be back at the straw even in the next video. I think we're going to be hard pressed to be back in the straw. Probably in the next video we will be moving the big herd into the North Dam, because I want to be doing that in the next day or two. Mrs. Piper Doug is heading away to do a retreat where she's going to talk to ladies about kind of ladies growing up stuff. Connectivity, I think it's called. I think it's between social media and mental health and all that good stuff. Big brain stuff. We're actually heading into the big city of Brandon tonight. It is my mother-in-law's birthday. She is 26. Doesn't look a day over 25. When I got mother-in-law, I hit the jackpot. She's a pretty cool little duck. her family is actually from the Hebrides. From, I think, I'm trying to remember how this goes. 3rd generation Canadian. Her grandparents were from Scotland. I think it's if I remember it correctly. So yeah, they're from Campbellton and Gia. So yeah, right in the Hebrides. Yeah. So I've got to get a bunch done and get a bunch moved and get ready to go to Brandon. Sorry for that. So I'll probably sign off here because by the time we come back tonight, I probably won't be doing a whole heck of a lot more on the farm. And yes, that is a sun shower on the windshield. Where it comes from, I don't know. But I'm sure all the green farmers who have cereal still out, like my neighbor over here, oof. Glad I'm not in that game. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. You even got a rare sighting of the Liam. And we'll see you tatty bye. And well, you never know. There might be a segment towards the end. And one special shout out. Oh hi Mark.